And we're back.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us through our break as we roll into the back half of the City of Destiny Season 1 finale. Um, so far in our finale, we have seen that the Stormbreakers are not the only heroes in Emerald City, that there were a whole lot of other mind controlled Stormers who were trying to come to Telax's side, but they were stopped. Max Mars and the team had a little bit of a heart to heart. Some discussions went on about the stones and about Carol's legal identity, which we put a pin in that conversation while we went to do some other stuff. We had a flashback to seeing Damian Irons, who is sort of kind of the son of the octopus and the murder mama, who are sort of kind of married to each other, but not exactly.
It's complicated.
Yay for an even more complicated backstory.
Saw how he dealt with being commanded by Telex. Ethan got a message from his dad on the way of the young heroes going out for victory margaritas. They also ran into Riley, who dropped a metaphoric bomb saying that she was going to be quitting as the publicity manager for the Stormbreakers. And
well, she's going to be very busy being a new supervillain and all.
And we got a flash across the galaxy to see that Black Star is apparently heading to Earth to find out more about this whole Telax and Collapsar situation. So I'm sure that won't be coming to a stream on this network in the near future. So let's go back now that we're back from our break and back inside the boardroom where Max Mars, Professor Cephalopod, and Carol Irons are discussing how best to handle Carol's legal status. So Mars, is looking across the table to the two of you and says, so, like I said, I want to respect your wishes, your privacy, the concerns of your children, but I do have a very skilled legal team, and I am happy to put them at your disposal to get you a legal identity outside these walls. My intention was only ever to make you feel comfortable, give you a safe place to figure out what you wanted. And if you felt trapped, then I am deeply apologetic. So, you tell me, what do you guys want?
I think perhaps the best place to start is for me to lay out everything. When my Carol died, she was working for Aegis. And I, to this day, do not know how or where she died. What I was told was that it was an accident in which she sacrificed herself to save people. I have not been told anything beyond that. And the way in which I was told made it clear to me, knowing what I know about how covert operations work, that it was a cover for something. And I went to work for Aegis at that time, knowing that. The project that I was working on when this happened was in connection to Carol's death. And over the last 2 years, I have become convinced that not only was my wife assassinated, murdered, the accident that happened to me was also connected to that event. And it is the reason I have not revealed myself to my children, because everyone thinking that we are both gone removed what I saw as a target. So us coming back puts that potential back out there, especially since I still do not know anything. And Aegis will never tell me.
Oh,
If they didn't tell me when it happened and I went to work for them, I will never know from them.
man. The kids are grown here, right?
Mostly,
I mean,
Damien certainly thinks he's more grown than he is.
And Diana's enrolled at Emerald City University.
Yes. I am not going to stop you from reclaiming a life, because that is, I don't know about your Cyrus, but that is not who I am. And if this is the direction we want to go, I will just find another way to protect my children.
you are so much like my Cyrus, though. My Diana was only 6 when everything happened. And I lost my Cyrus when he went to save her when everything happened. I didn't know at the time Damien existed. That's something I dealt with on my own. And so I know they're not mine, but having the possibility of them is amazing and scary. And I will protect them with every microscopic part of myself because it seems like your Carol was very much like me anyways, minus the cranky powers.
No, she had cranky powers. They just weren't supercharged, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And so I think we need to figure out exactly what happened here to the other me and to this you. And I think a way to flush out those answers is me becoming public as Carol Irons.
Well, I will say that if you are going to present yourself to the public, I'm going to follow suit. Because if one of us is enough, 2 of us may send someone into a panic.
I kind of like that. 'Cause-
Someone other than the GM may go into a panic.
Do I look like I'm panicking?
Yes.
No, but you're good at your face being on mute, so.
Stoic silence says a lot.
I'm just assuming that there's a full bottle of whiskey right underneath the camera.
I didn't even go get a drink this time during the break.
This time. I love it.
And if that is the direction we are going to go, I need to send some messages, because I do not want my family to discover these things on the evening news.
I agree. I guess I want to see if my own connections over in what's the other city called? Joe just
Freedom
froze.
City.
Thank you. I want to see if some of the few connections I have in this Freedom City can help keep an eye on the kids too. At least Brutus can go by and say hi. He's definitely a good boy. And I think
I believe I would like to speak with Mortis as well. So
that makes sense.
Well, I will have the lawyers begin the paperwork to have you declared alive. I assume that will make sure that any assets that were still legally in your names would end up reverting to you. I had always made a stipend available for you doing the work that you're doing with the team. You will still have access to that. And as I said, my intention was always to help you transition to whatever sort of life you needed to in this universe.
Still getting used to being here. So thank you.
And Cyrus, weird to actually call you that, but
something I will have to get used to myself.
if there is any legal assistance that you need for the same things, because I believe you are also legally dead.
Yes, I am. I don't know where my body is. That's a problem.
I do not have a lot of contacts within Aegis, but I'll certainly willing to see what I can do to help you with that.
Someday I'd like to get it back.
I would too.
Yeah.
Joe, your face is really not on mute. All right. I'll start having the paperwork drawn up. You two make the calls you need to make. And if there is the need for an announcement, we can make it. I don't know that there needs to be. We certainly haven't broadcast anyone else's secret identities. But if you would like there to be an announcement, we can make that happen. That will be up to you. But in any case, I will get the paperwork started. It won't be immediate. It will probably take several weeks, maybe even months to get everything legally untied. But
can you imagine the red
make it happen.
I don't want to imagine the red tape.
I have very good lawyers.
That sounds great. Thank you.
And if need be, we can always bring members of the Freedom League in as character witnesses. That tends to carry a lot of weight with judges.
Oh yeah, I suppose so.
Works for my pardon.
I think I need an alcoholic drink now.
I wish I could consume alcohol.
Roberta, would you have the bar wheeled in here?
I'm not used to this.
Wait, is it Carol that needs a drink or Joe?
Oh, it's Carol.
Yes. And Seth will just look longingly at the booze.
All right. So we will cut away from that pathos.
Ooh, Heavy.
and pick up, coming out through the window of the Emerald Tower, through the snow, and then in through the window of a little Mexican restaurant that Ethan and Cindy know quite well, but it's the first time for Tommy and Peter to be there.
This is pretty nice. I like this. Good call, Cindy.
Good taste when it comes to alcohol and nachos.
And there are several margaritas on the table, one empty glass already, and nachos and dip and
Is that
well,
grab one and some chips, open a portal, set it down on Riley's desk, pull my hands out, close the portal.
okay. So what all are you guys talking about? I mean, Tommy is pestering you with questions because obviously he didn't see any of it. So I'm assuming you guys are telling
I don't
him.
know. I mean, honestly, Tommy, it wasn't that exciting. I think when I retell the story, I'm going to make it a little more exciting. I maybe say Ethan knocked out the power to the city and Cindy lost an arm or something. I don't know.
We're back to that.
It's weird
back
you
to
keep
that.
insisting that's what happened, Portal.
This is 6 months before.
I know.
Something to liven up the story.
I was kind of referring also to the fact that you are in space.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's been a busy day.
I mean, the everything with the commander, and then you guys went with Max to his lab and left me babysitting, and then I get messages that you're gone, and then I get messages that you're back, and then there's a giant robot, and
So, okay.
I mean, first of all, why didn't you guys have me come with you to Max's lab? It's technology. I'm good at that.
We wanted you to be safe, Tommy.
I
Don't
actually
you
believe
start.
that was a Max. I believe that was a Max request.
I was like, Brandon doesn't remember why.
I mean, it was partially an Aaron request because Aaron didn't want to have to deal with Tommy through all of that bullshit. But
Blame Max.
I think Max was being a little jealous with his tech. And he asked that you not come.
Well, and Tommy, you had the important job of keeping an eye on the other Stormers who were there.
yeah, but I mean,
That didn't seem like it went really well either, because the Stormers got away.
again, they weren't under house arrest. I mean, Trinity isn't allowed to leave, but the rest of them were allowed to leave, and she's still there, and Chris didn't leave until his parents came to get him, so I did my job, but
Yeah. You
but
did it
I
well.
mean, I couldn't keep the others there if they wanted to leave.
Nope, you did fine. You did perfect. This was all sorts of crazy that nobody could anticipate or control.
And we didn't really have a choice when we went into space. Space kind of took us.
Yeah.
Right. No, I mean, I get that you didn't choose to get sent across the universe by a giant robot. What is my life?
Awesome. Awesome is what your life is.
But yeah, I get that. Like I said, I don't understand why Max didn't have me come with you guys to the lab to start with. I mean, no offense, Cindy, but I mean, you weren't going to be helpful in the lab.
Cindy was very helpful in the lab.
Hurtful, but also true.
She was not helpful in that lab.
She was helpful when the
When
bad
Ethan
guys
says she's
came.
helpful, I'll be like, for what? Comic relief?
Yeah, she's literally got like a burrito in her hand. She's like, not really hard, but also true. And then she just keeps eating her burrito.
I mean, I love you, but you
Go ahead.
are not the person I'm going to ask to help me when my computer blows up.
Although I guess he was. I did ask him to hack into something that I could have just like pushed like 2 buttons to get into.
You did.
Sweetheart, like I said, that wasn't in our control.
No, I know that. I just, like I said,
I get it.
You,
It's frustrating.
I should have been in the lab, and if I'd been in the lab, then I would have gone to space with you, and then I would have been there when the giant robot was trying to kill my boyfriend.
Yes, but on the flip side, my boyfriend wasn't there when the giant robot was trying to kill me, which did make me feel a touch better.
And my best friend.
Yeah, what the hell, Tommy?
Oh, I was talking about Cindy.
Ooh, burn.
I'm not giving you any of the extra nanites I've got in me now.
Keone cheerses with her margarita.
No,
I figure that Ethan and Tommy have been friends long enough that they absolutely bust each other's balls like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tommy, if you weren't played by the GM, I would have you with me all the time.
I think portals making portals and weird walls.
So now what? I mean,
Did you do anything cool when the Stormers were attacking the city while we were fighting Telex?
I was coordinating Aegis and the police and the tower's own defenses, and
Holy shit, that's amazing.
I mean, it's no harder than resource management in Five Nights at Freddy's.
I didn't understand that reference. Keone whispers under her breath.
The video game, you have to like watch multiple cameras at the same time and make sure that the animatronics aren't coming to life, and you need to make sure you're not using up too much power. And
Honey, I wasn't saying that because I wanted the explanation.
Just ignore her. What I want you to focus on is the fact of what you're just saying. You were literally a video game hero in real life.
yeah, I guess. I mean,
No, I guess. And I kind of grab his chin to look at it. You were.
guy in the chair.
I kiss him.
Look,
Sexy guy in the chair.
if you want to fight scary animatronics, I can literally make that happen for you anytime.
You know, so could I actually.
The whole room.
Yeah, this is like, we have a danger room.
Yeah. Dude,
I have a date idea.
listen to Doom. We use the danger room to play Doom.
Keone, you would actually like that a lot.
What are you weirdos talking about?
The whole motto of
You
that
get
game
to
is
run around and shoot demonic Nazis.
the whole motto of that game is rip and tear, which is like 2 steps away from stab. You got it, Cindy. It'd be so much fun.
I think I
Demonic Nazis.
could get
Like,
some
it's the one
fun.
thing you can kill with absolutely no guilt.
The one thing you're supposed to kill with absolutely no kill. Don't underestimate Cindy's ability to kill without remorse.
That sounds like a really awesome double date, I gotta say.
I could program the room to do it. Yeah, okay. Huh.
Starslayer knows what's up.
Yeah. Of course, the GM is probably showing his actual age. I'm sure someone Tommy's age has an entirely different game he would
Yeah.
suggest.
No,
And
there's
they,
a,
like-
there's a
No,
there's a
there's
brand new
been-
Doom from 2019. That's
Well,
real,
yeah,
real
and
good with the kids.
there's been like a resurgence of like retro games being cool again, and like Lego just came out with like their version of an Atari. Like, I don't need to spend that kind of money, but I really want that Atari.
But yeah, as Tommy starts getting lost in planning because he's so excited, I just kind of nudge Ethan a little and raise my margarita glass to him.
Oh, Tommy's already like he's got
Yeah.
his
Yeah, exactly.
tablet. He's starting to program.
Exactly.
Ethan does not pick up on whatever social cue you're trying to get. Is it time? Is it now?
What?
What now?
Don't know.
Keone has selective hearing.
Oh God, Brandon just got what Alex was saying. No, Portal would still be clueless though.
Oh, good.
Time for what?
Portal.
Oh
Or
shit.
Peter, you are now having a buzzing coming from your pocket.
Everybody's pockets are buzzing.
Who is it?
Not Cyrus's.
It is, well, despite the fact that you shouldn't have such an icon on your phone, your screen is just showing a black raven.
Yep. Is it a phone call or a text?
It is a text communication that basically says, let me know when you can talk.
Okay.
So,
And yeah, whenever I get the chat, probably, you know, at some point there's going to be a lull in the conversation. And on top of that, Tommy is still going to be programming furiously. So I'll be like, what's up?
okay. So you hear Ravens, and she says, so, nice work there, kid.
Thanks.
So obviously you know that I've passed on the mantle.
Oh, it's that Raven. Okay. I would say the tone then changes completely because Raven symbol, Brandon assumed Raven 3.
Ah. Nope.
Hey, thanks. I heard. And I mean, I totally get why you wouldn't pass it to me. I'm not Raven. We'll never be Raven. That's not my thing. But it would have been nice to hear it from you instead of him. Or the TV.
I understand. I didn't want to tell you like that. But I had to make some decisions very quickly. And I'd been training Elite for years. And he didn't want that identity anymore. Like, he needed to put that identity behind him. You're finding your identity. And you have your entirely own style. You needed to get out away from Claremont, away from the League, and find the hero you were going to be. And you've done that. I've been keeping an eye on what you and the Stormbreakers have been doing, even before the Telex situation. I'm really proud of you. I'm real glad that you took me up on the offer to go to Claremont instead of jail.
I'm really glad you gave me the opportunity.
So I also got your message about the stones and the preservers.
Yeah.
The word has been given
Okay.
to the League. I really am. I mean, I'm 53. There's only so long you can do that.
Well, and I sent you the information not so much that you would intervene, but more that you know everyone. You're a logistical genius. And if there's someone I want heading up this universe ending threat and how to solve it, it's you.
Thanks. Well, like I said, the word has been given to the League. I've left a message with the Atom family. Left word, but who knows when it will get to some of the more mystically inclined members of the team. Although I know Cephalopod sent a message to Bowman. He kind of straddles the line between the League and the League Dark. So I'm sure this is, your part in this is not done, but
Doesn't look like it.
for now, I just wanted to tell you that I'm proud of you, and I appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you.
And
Did you hear I ripped a hole into another dimension?
no, had not heard that part.
Yeah.
I heard that you helped evacuate several 100,000 people off Magnalore.
Yeah, so we were working and I was trying to like send a portal to another planet. And then I thought I succeeded, but it looked kind of weird. And then later on, we heard from the preservers are all of them. The prophet that about the location of one of the stones and that it was on another dimension and it was the planet that I had sent them all to.
I hate multidimensional travel. I never liked going to space either, but all right. Well, look, I have to get back to work. I have, believe it or not, I think I'm more busy with my day job than I was as a superhero. But oh, and Dad's proud of you too.
Okay.
So
Thanks.
look me up next time you're out on the East Coast.
Always.
Talk to you later, kid.
See ya. Portal comes back to the table kind of slowly. And if you can beat a perception of 0, you can see his eyes are kind of puffy and he's clearly like been wiping away tears, but and he's got this like smile, big goofy smile on his face.
You okay, man?
I'm great.
Well, I mean, I think so, but it's nice to
Really?
hear you say it.
Gross.
Leans in and kisses him.
Ethan looks at Cindy like, nah, she doesn't want to hear that.
But Cindy looks at Ethan like, why the fuck isn't he saying anything? Like,
Oh god, this game.
That tracks.
Isn't it the greatest thing ever?
All right. we will pull away from this cute little scene, zooming back out through the window, back through the ice and the snow, and settling on a cave high up in the Arcadian peaks. And a rather striking woman is sitting there looking into a snowball at the four of you.
Oh shit. Your turn, Keone.
No, we were supposed to meet her like months ago.
Uh-huh. Next to her, there is what can only be described as a Bigfoot, as a Sasquatch.
She would have a Sasquatch.
He looks over her shoulder and says, Aurora, your granddaughter's done well. Yes.
Yeah, she has. That's me.
Yes. What?
I said, yeah, she has. That's me.
She has. They've saved the planet. And why are you not happy? Because she saved the planet from one menace. But her very presence means that something much worse is on its way.
Of course, Keone is the bringer of bad.
Damn it, Keone.
I mean, that tracks.
I mean, I just want everyone to know that none of this is me. I didn't make any of this up. This is all Aaron. So any of the bad stuff that happens is all Aaron's fault, not mine.
No. You take full responsibility
No,
for your vague backstory.
I mean, it is true. If you don't give me the ammo to use again, I'll hate it. Alex knows all about that. So then, what do? We prepare. And we hope that she comes to us with enough time to prepare her for, well, best not to say the name. No.
Ethan, your girlfriend's going to get kidnapped.
Voldemort?
And we'll pull away from there.
Keone's not gonna get kidnapped. I'm gonna get kidnapped. I'm the Jimmy Olsen.
That
here.
also tracks.
That also tracks.
I think it's both of you at some point in time.
I'm the damsel in this relationship.
Accurate.
What's the name of the Yeti?
Yep,
You'll
that's all
have to
I'm
go-
hearing about.
You'll have to go up into the mountains and meet him, and then you'll find out.
I do have a question. Is
Uh-huh.
is it a Sasquatch or is it a Yeti?
Mhm.
There is a
I mean,
difference.
Yeti is just a snow Sasquatch. A snow.
Sasquatch.
I will let you tell a Sasquatch and a Yeti that they're the same thing.
One likes cold, one likes the swamp. Like, they's cousins.
No, Deuce, it's not Junior. He's related to Junior, but it's not Junior.
So my question is it a Sasquatch or is it a Yeti?
It is a Sasquatch.
Okay.
So he's brown, not white.
The forests.
There was a whole Sasquatch war in this part of the world, but we don't know about that.
There was a whole Sasquatch war in this part of the world. There is also a Sasquatch who is a member of the current Next Gen.
Slightly
So that might come up on Hero High.
Oh my god. I hope I'm not related to a Sasquatch.
You're not.
You would be right, though.
But you are related to a Yeti.
Rude. Rude.
All right. So, we're going to again move away. And Ethan, you're done with lunch.
Yeah.
Trauma train has arrived.
I need to go see my dad.
Oh shit.
So
Should we
Do you
keep
want me
our
to come with?
should we keep our communicators on?
no, it's
I have
okay.
them.
I should handle this by myself. It's the adult thing to do.
She pinches your cheek and says, "You're such a big boy."
Thanks, Cindy. I'll text when this is over. Whatever
Okay.
whatever it is. If I get disowned, you guys will still like me, right?
Of course.
Okay.
You be disowned, you'll be even more like me.
I'll go pay for dinner with my dad's credit card one last time.
With that, Keone asks for a margarita to go.
So does Peter.
If it's on your daddy, then yes, I want a margarita to go.
Fair.
And I will take the slow way home.
Okay.
The Uber
not
or
what?
bus. No, I'm not walking home, but I'm not flying home either.
He's walking home, dragging his feet behind him with his arms like.
Sad Hulk music playing in the background.
Boys to school with downward looks and all.
Even though you're pretty, or you told Dad outright, didn't you?
About
No.
my
That you're
that I'm changing my
Swoop.
majors. Yeah, I didn't tell him I'm a superhero.
Okay.
he just left, Bigfoot footprint sized hints.
Right.
I mean, he told every fucking buddy else. So
Fuck that guy. I'm not telling him anything.
I mean, you told Raina, and Carol told Riley.
Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
Okay. And
I
you
will-
totally didn't tell Raina's brother who was listening in.
That's a season 2 problem.
That's a season 2.
That's season 2 Ethan's problem. This is season 1 Ethan.
Right. At some point, season 2 is going to be like, damn, I hate that guy.
And he and I fight for the soul of the Stormers left in Emerald City.
Yeah. All right. So you make your way back home through the snow. It's still falling freshly enough that it isn't that ugly gray slush. It's still that kind of pretty white floof.
You're welcome.
Like you had anything to do with it.
I mean, she could have.
But she didn't.
No, she didn't.
Ethan will never know what snow days are real snow days anymore.
Nope.
Keone, are you hungover today?
All right, so eventually you get home, and much like the last time you were there to see your father, there are surprisingly few lights on, and even when your father is the only person home, the servants, turn lights on and whatnot. But there are no windows illuminated other than his study, which is near the front door.
Your dad's a vampire.
I will stand on the front step and take a deep breath and open the door and go inside.
Okay.
And go over to the study where the light is on.
Okay. The first thing you notice is that your father is disheveled. It looks like he hasn't shaved today. He's wearing a button-up shirt, but it is not buttoned. He's the kind of guy who normally wears a tie even in the house, and there's no tie. His hair doesn't even look like it's been combed today. There is a tumbler on his desk that has about 2 fingers of whiskey in it. and there is a mostly empty bottle of 15-year Redbreast on his desk in his study.
Are you all right, Dad?
I've been better.
Yeah, you look like shit.
Thanks.
Putting it nicely.
It's been a bad day. A number of investments had catastrophic damage because of the giant robot. Some of the projects were destroyed, setting us back years of research.
And all the innocent people who died.
Yeah, those two.
And all of the innocent people who died.
At least you were safe here.
I wasn't here when this all happened yesterday, but... And he gestures at a letter on his desk. Then there's that. Oh, and your mother's suing me over a patent that we filed years ago.
I'm gonna go look at the letter on the desk.
It is written in a very flowing feminine hand that you recognize because you've seen a lot of memos written in that script over the past several months. And it is a Dear John letter from Riley. Saying that he has shown that he is not the man that she thought he was. That she needs to find who she is. And that she will not be contesting any element of the prenup and understands that she gets nothing.
I would just sort of grimly put that on the desk. And I will walk over and I will give my dad a hug.
Did you know that this was coming?
No. No, I don't really talk to Riley after... Well, that doesn't matter anymore. That's a lot to deal with in one day.
Social work, really.
That's what you're caught up on.
It's one of many things.
Look, Dad, this is what I'm gonna do, okay? I've made up my mind, and just because everything else has fallen out of your control doesn't mean you get to try to control me again.
Somebody grew some balls.
I'm here for you,
Give him back.
and I'm sorry that this is all happening, but my mind is made up about helping as many people as I can and not being part of the problem anymore. And I think this might be an opportunity for you to decide who you are outside of, I don't know, business person. There's one thing I've learned in my art. It's that every iron is forged all the better by the crucible it's put in.
interesting choice of words.
What can I do to help you?
I don't know. I think I probably need to sleep this off.
Yeah, you had a lot to drink, Dad.
It's only 1 o'clock.
And I know it's a lot to deal with, but, you know, it's... A lot of the problems that you were talking about with the money and everything, that should get sorted out when people remember that was a supervillain attack, right?
There are projects that are not so easily recovered, even with money. But look, son, I just... All I've ever wanted for you was to know that no one was going to take advantage of you. It's not a nice world out there. You have to protect yourself. And I understand that you want to help other people. But that's the sort of thing that can get a person in trouble. And I just wanted better. Wanted a safer life for you. And maybe I pushed you too hard. I push a lot of people. And I'm not good at showing tender emotions.
Do you ever think maybe you give what you get? And you get what you give out in the universe, Dad? If you're looking for trouble, if you're looking for bad things, that's what's going to show up. But I can take care of myself now. And I don't need a security blanket. I need a dad who will root for me and will be somebody that I could be proud to know and proud to tell things to. You've been this looming specter over my life because I've always been something. I've always been a trophy for you. I have been something you can hold up and say, look how great this thing I have made is. But Dad, something happened to me. And I think you know what.
It's that new girl, isn't it?
That,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute myself now.
Nile ain't just a river in Egypt.
I mean, yes, she has been a great positive force in my life, and she makes me a better person, but that's not what I was talking about.
That is not accurate.
Yeah, no, she's probably the worst person.
Ethan doesn't
You
have
might be
enough blood
trying
to
to make-
run both brains, okay? And,
No denial was genetic.
does he have anything metal in his office?
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Are you gonna hit your dad in the head with something metal? Why?
No,
That's
no.
nice.
Oh, he's just gonna be Ethan again.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna levitate a few of his paperweights.
I think we need to figure out how to take away Ethan's ability to
Reveal his
Make-
identity.
To make
make
decisions.
decisions.
Yeah, can we get that as part of the implant he gets? That he can't be mind controlled and also can't make decisions ever.
It's weird. They cured my mind controls by giving me a lobotomy.
That would work.
I wonder if Fiona can make a sharp enough icicle.
She's gonna take me out Joseph Stalin style.
Well, I mean, there is the ice pick lobotomy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're a stormer.
I'm a stormbreaker, Dad. And I have a responsibility to the other stormers of this city to make sure that they are going to be safe and protected in the times to come. Because it's going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better. There are things happening in the universe that are a lot more important than missing projects, and if the world is going to end, I don't want you to not know that I'm doing everything I can to stop it.
You're the reason she's working with him, aren't you?
Working with who?
Mars.
You
Yes.
haven't lied yet.
You know, now I see where Ethan gets his obliviousness from.
Yes, I did. I did give a good recommendation for Riley to work with us as our PR person. Although, I'll pick up the letter. This has nothing to do with Mars, Dad.
No. No. Of course not. She's not just trading up.
Marrying a rock would be trading up.
Yes!
I mean-
This is why we're married!
Is
Wiki,
it?
if there was any reason for me to give you hero points right now, I would give you one for that.
But, I mean. Well, first, is it a rich rock?
I don't care. It's a rock made of mud.
No, that's not your concern. I suspected. Thank you for telling me. I don't think I'm in any state to make any decisions right now.
No, you should go up and go to bed, Dad.
I'm going to go to bed.
At 1:30 in the afternoon.
And if those projects, that you can't get back are anything I need to be worried about, I will find out.
No idea what you're talking about.
If they're related to the Preservers or Telex or anything like that, I will find out.
The who?
He doesn't even know enough to know how scared he should be.
It's a lot. Just, if it's illegal, I will find out. And I will put a stop to it.
Of course. That's what I would expect from a superhero.
He says sarcastically.
I will help him get to bed if he'll let me.
Okay.
But after I leave, I will slam the door and be like, you could have said you were proud of me, you dick.
He could have, couldn't he?
He could have.
But he didn't. Huh.
He also didn't kick you out on the streets when you were 12, so, you know, balance.
Good for me, I guess.
You don't need that putz.
All right.
Can I intervene for just 1 second?
So as Ethan makes his way back, I'm assuming to the tower.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the art studio first, actually.
Okay.
Can I jump in here real quick?
I was gonna let you have the final moment.
Oh no, this is kind of an aside thing.
Okay.
Where we leave the restaurant and say, like, okay, girl, spill. Dating? Not dating? Hookup?
Who,
Is he
me?
a boyfriend now? What's going on?
Are you talking to me?
Of course I'm talking to you.
She says as she freezes her melting margarita. I don't like to put labels on things, so yeah, but he's my boyfriend.
I wonder if
And
Ethan
Peter,
knows
Peter
that.
does a little dance right there on the sidewalk.
Ethan does not know that, and Keone will kill him if he tells him.
Tommy, hook me up, bro. Tommy, text me.
Nope.
Keone looks at both of them and goes, and if you say anything, you're dead.
Okay. Got that. But Ethan doesn't get a lot of love at home. So don't take it too far. You know
You're
what I'm
worrying
saying?
about breaking up the team.
No, I'm just worried that you're gonna unintentionally hurt someone you care about, someone we all care about.
It's like my MO.
That sounds like something you could talk about with your therapist.
Yeah, we're working on it. Among many other things, but we're working on it.
What I'm saying is, keep him guessing. Don't keep him depressed.
I don't think I could keep him depressed. I think he keeps himself depressed.
But that's kind of, yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Fuck, that feels real.
Not wrong.
I'm just saying. You clearly like him, and I'd like to see this work. So don't sabotage it.
Now you are really making me want to do the irrational thing that I wanted Keone to do, but I'm not going to.
Oh shit.
I
I have
love
to get
that.
redirecting warp.
I love that Captain Sabotage is over here saying, "Don't sabotage it."
Hey, you can be
sabotage
very
is
insightful
the
about
best
other
one.
people's situations.
Yeah.
And keep lying
Yeah.
about your own.
Yeah, that's true.
Us sabotagers are good at telling other people to stop doing stuff.
Right.
There's something about what you're doing that is familiar, and
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you it's bad.
Yep.
I don't know why, but
It's not an experience or anything.
All right, so that's it. Then we just continue walking and gossiping and girl talk.
Okay. So my intention was to suggest that more time had passed through the course of the day, and that the scene with Ethan and his father was happening more towards evening.
Oh, okay.
that's a little better.
It's not being ushered to bed at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Similarly, I was assuming that as you guys, and it is December, as you guys are heading back from your late lunch and drinks and whatnot, it is already starting to get dark because you took your time nursing and drinking on Ethan's dad's tab.
Damn right we did.
So we're going to move up from where where we're seeing this discussion up to the night sky and into the stars and out into a star field. And then we close in on a far distant planet known as the Citadel. And there is a gathering inside a vast chamber, the center of which is dominated by a crystalline icosahedron. That's a D20.
Big mouth.
The walls are inlaid with circuitry and other crystals, and the crystals glow and flash as a voice speaks. Collapsar has awakened and has already claimed Magnalore. This is of great concern. Just as importantly, Telex the Redeemer has awoken and is preparing to move against Collapsar. How should we proceed, Mentor? Asks a middle-aged man. He looks like he's probably somewhere in his late 40s, maybe early 50s, but he's very well preserved, although he is graying at the temples. Do we send the Star Knights against Collapsar en masse? I do not think so, Alan. Such a move would leave thousands of worlds undefended and would invite the Blackguard to move against us directly. What then would you have us do? A human-sized, spider-like arthropod asks. We cannot simply ignore events of this magnitude. A feminine figure with the lower body of a snake answers as she looks down at a datapad. According to your records, Mentor, Talax's resting place was on the third planetoid of the Sol system. She turns her gaze to look at Sir Alan Core. That is where you resided for several years, is it not? And your replacement is still stationed there. Alan nods. Yes, Maria is from Earth, and she still spends most of her time within that system. For a small world located away from many of the major space lanes, that planet attracts far more than its share of attention. Remember, both Una and Omega use that planet as their foothold into our reality. Reach out to Maria, then, Mentor's voice says. Tell her to head to Talax's resting place and to learn what she can of its actions. Her duties with the Freedom League may delay her from doing so, Alan mutters. They may not. This is her primary duty as a Star Knight. Tell her that she must go to Emerald City. Very well.
Emerald City is closed. No visitors. Please try again next decade.
And one final scene as we bring season 1 to a close. After everyone returns to the tower, we see Peter out on Yellow Brick Row, where our adventure started so many months ago. And he is walking, which is unusual in itself. And he looks up, and the sign at the storefront that he stops at says, Leanne's Jewelers. He kind of steals his shoulders and steps inside the building.
Yes, I do.
End scene.
He just needs a new watch.
Sure,
So,
Jan.
I would like to thank everyone for joining us tonight and this season. It has been our honor and our pleasure to be able to perform for you. And it has been my pleasure to be able to run this game with. I am looking forward to season 2. forward to taking a break. So,
Let's do it again.
But we'll have another episode of Guardians of Haven, our Star Haven-based Mutants and Masterminds game, right here on Twitch. We will be back here next Tuesday for our wrap season 1. If you are on our Discord, feel free to jump in there to ask us questions that you'd like us to answer during the episode. But you can also just come back and ask us right in the chat. And we will look forward to seeing you there. We have a whole lot of other things that are going to be filling this time slot in. None of which I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to pass it off to the rest of my cast so that everyone can plug anything they want to plug and say goodnight. And I'll start with Alex.
And cry.
Well, I just want to say thank you again to Aaron for running us through this and for giving me one of those rare opportunities where I actually get to play a Mutants and Masterminds character for a long time. I think it's been since 2011 I've got to play an M&M campaign. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and I'm glad that he was willing to, and my fellow castmates were willing to put up with my shenanigans for as long as we have so far. As far as things to plug, I'll be at Gen Con next week, so if you're in Indianapolis, please come up and see me. I'll be running some events. If you do show up, I know they're sold out, but I have a secret 7th and possibly a secret 8th spot for folks if you are friendly and I like you. And next Monday we will be back again with Guardians of Haven for something I've already said sorry to the players for. So you're not going to want to miss that session. It's going to be bad for everybody but me. And I'm going to pass it over to Wiki.
Hi, I'm Wiki. Bye, I'm Wiki.
What? There's like a whole bunch of shit to talk about, girl.
Yeah, Wiki. I already loaded up the thingy that we need to show everybody. So, like.
So, first of all, I'm going to go along with everybody else and thank everyone on the cast for being cool and stuff. And touchy, feely, emotion stuff. No, but yeah. I have that one feel, and it's been activated. But no, this has been a lot of fun, and I cannot wait for season 2 because holy shit! If you thought a lot of things were happening in season 1, it sounds like season 2 is gonna be something.
We're just gonna be off the rails.
Yeah. Aaron doesn't have a campaign book to hold him back.
Yeah.
There's gonna be Sasquatches and trauma and child assassination attempts on
and more trauma.
Cyrus and Carol's son.
And more trauma. Speaking of not having campaign books to hold you back, so we're going to have some short format stuff running in this time slot until the 30th, right?
Mm-hmm.
30th of August.
31st.
Where is it the 31st? It's 30. No, it's the 30th.
It's the 30th because that's when
It better be the
You're right,
30th because I'll be on a plane on the 31st.
Right, you're right.
I'm traveling on the 30th, and that's why I'm like, I have to scramble into my Airbnb and get set up, and like, I don't know what's gonna happen that night.
So the 30th of August, we will be starting a new series here on the channel. It is I'm not exactly sure how to. It's Magical Girls. That is the base of the premise. Is a magical girl show, and when I say magical girls, I'm drawing from the magical girls that I am familiar with. So Sailor Moon, Ladybug, Green Lantern. So
That's accurate.
we will.
Colors.
The week before that, we will have a similar to what we did with Guardians. We will have an introductory short episode to give everyone a little more information about what they're about to witness. But I'm in the middle of making all of that up, so so that's what's coming from me, and I guess I'll pass it down to Joe.
What's it called?
Oh yeah, it's called Gem Stars. Sorry, I thought I said that already.
You did not.
I'm a
And that-
well-oiled machine.
And that's why Aaron's background looks the way it does.
Yes, that is our logo.
Well, I have an even bigger version of it to share on screen. So
Oh yay!
everybody, Joe did this, and it's wonderful.
Saw some cranky faces. It had nothing to do with this. I was staring at art things.
I love it. Love it.
And that will actually be a 6-person cast. So it will be the largest cast, the largest permanent cast, I think, that we've had.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I couldn't just make my first foray into DMing M&M like a simple, no, I had to do the whole write your own campaign and let's make it 6 people instead of 5. I'm sure that's fine.
Oh, but yeah, she technically passed it to me. Hi, I'm Joe still. I will be in Gem Stars and will meet my character later. So yeah. Again, I guess I'm gonna get sappy. Growing up, I was in not the best place in America to try to be a nerd as a girl, and I didn't get the chance to try to do tabletop until I went to college, and that was a horrific experience after horrific experience after horrific experience, and oh my gosh, I did not have a good tabletop experience until my 30s, and I got really lucky that I got to play this game with you all. And so thanks again, because holy crap, this is, however sappy and cliche it is, this game has been really healing to like trust the process, trust the game, trust your GM, and have fun. So I guess to the audience, give it a go. It's so much fun. You get to explore things and make up things with other people, kind of like your kids all over again.
It's awesome. And so thanks for letting me be a kid and doing all of this. So I guess we sign off like every other week. Please make sure you stay hydrated, drink your water, especially if you're going to have liaisons in the bedroom. And then, yeah, I'm just going to go there.
What?
Stay hydrated. If you're like you two and that one down there with his other boyfriend talking about marathoning, you have to stay hydrated. Anyways, drink your water. If you take meds, please take your meds because we love you and you guys still love yourself. And Aunt Puppy, I'm pointing the right way. I don't know.
So, whatever all of them said, same. And I will be part of Gem Stars, which will be fun and interesting. I think my girl's kind of evil, but not evil, so it'll be fun to play, you know, a completely different character than Keone. Like, completely different.
There will definitely not be trauma on this show.
You know, I'm sure so many of you have been thinking, you know, how much practice and training did Aunt Puppy do to be able to act in such a way this whole season?
I know, it's weird. It's like I just don't know where these thoughts are coming from. Like,
Look, I'm not gonna be there, so it can't be that bad.
No, we're replacing you with Blue.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen their backstories.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nope.
And just play a game. And Brandon?
I mean, what can I say that hasn't already been said? I'm so grateful to have been a part of this. It's been amazing. I am so thrilled that it's not going to end, that this isn't goodbye, it's just see you later. I have just fallen in love with everyone on this cast and how amazing they are and what great gamers they are. I'm just every Tuesday I'm in awe and just doing my best to keep up. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what I did right to be able to do this. But I'm definitely thankful for it. And yeah, I guess, we've got a while. So maybe read a couple books. Aaron?
Yeah, so God. I
We're not leaving forever, guys.
yeah, no.
We can dial it back. Just-
We can dial it
We'll
back.
be back next week.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll all be back next week. Most of us will be back on Gemstars, and Alex will still be there. He just won't be on camera. And we get to add Blue and Calvin, which, they're both awesome human beings, and that'll be tons of fun. So, I'm looking forward to that starting in a couple of weeks. I think the plan is for the 2 weeks between our Q&A and our short session of Gemstars is to bring back and finish out the Mummy.
That is the plan.
We'll see what actually happens.
I've got a goddamn plan, guys.
So,
I promise to not knock over bookshelves again.
but yeah, like I said, I so rarely get to be part of a campaign that actually gets to have its beginning, middle, and end. And even though we did set up the sequel, I'm overjoyed to be able to do this. I just to wax poetic for a moment. When 3rd edition Mutants and Masterminds came out, I remember the Emerald City Knights adventures being released one at a time, and the first adventure, the prologue, was given out for free, and I ran it then and planned to run the rest of it and never did. Funny enough, actually, Howard was a part of that game. But yeah, so I'm overjoyed to have been able to actually run this, to be able to dig into the city and to dig into Earth Prime, which is rapidly becoming my favorite setting to game in, which is good because we're planning to do a lot more of it. Yeah, I'm really, really pleased by what we've been able to do. So I am going to stop before we get into being sappy because, like I said, we'll be back next week. And all of us, in one regard, will be back again in 3 weeks. So, yeah. Thanks so much for watching, and good night.